Hello and welcome to a little bit extra. I've just reviewed the Korg Wavestate. You'll be able to see the link somewhere in the end screens or in the connection or the article or whatever. You'll find it. And I thought, because I didn't have a chance to go through so many patches because there's so many features in this thing and such a deep amount of synthesis, I thought I'd just do a bit of patch stuff. So what I've done is I created a little set list which has got patches that I've created. Each of these set lists you can create and then store up to 4 banks of 16, and that's actually quite cool really, because you can create and load your own set lists. You just change your set list here. I think I've got mine. Is there well, I didn't rename it properly. So anyway, let's go back into performance. We'll start at the top, NB loop performance. I don't know quite what this one is. I think this is just going through different octaves. Just a very simple square wave, nice and simple. Go back to my set list. 2-part pad, not sure what this one is doing. I think this is basically 2 layers. 1/5 apart. Not using all that much wavetable, just a bit of wave sequencing, just a bit of layering up and using that massive reverb and effects. What's next? Big brass. So I think I played this one. This was just a... Yeah, that's right. This has just got some timps. Oh, Bond-like. This is another one. This is a bit more sophisticated. Yeah, I bring in a gong at the lowest point. And then a sort of piano. Muted trumpets. Yeah. Anyway, a bit more sort of epic. Let's have a look. What's this next one? Groove. Oh yeah, this was, oh no, that's Groove GR1 or Mass Pad. Not sure what this one is. Layered up and sort of band pass and a toy box. This is a bunch of formants just looping through. Gospel, yeah, very simple. Right, back to the set list. What's this one? Octave pads. I think this is a... Just stepping between 2 wave sequence steps. An octave apart. The next one, let's have a look. Set list, shape, split. Okay. Road moving. Now this is when I played in the outro. You'll notice I've changed patches and that last note is still playing. That's because it's got this overhang, this patch overhang, which is actually really cool. So you can change patches and leave the notes underneath until you use them up. So if you want that to happen, I couldn't find a setting that said turn it on or off, but it does have that in case that's what you want. So this one is called Road Moving. I played this in the end, and this is a kind of single shot guitar sequence with a load of delay, and then if you use the mod wheel, it changes to a sort of clean Strat sound, and then it's got this kind of atmospheric below. Really nicely programmed patch this. Really like that. The bells, this is a bit more atmospheric. This is just a load of bell samples, and you press and hold. You kind of think, I don't know, what are we thinking about? Horror film, slightly surreal with all that kind of weird burbling backwards stuff. So yeah, I'm picturing some sort of horror film scene, something terrible is going to happen in the graveyard. Or at the funeral. That's a bit morose, isn't it? Wormhole, this is another interesting one. This one, it says 45 seconds. So this one, hold for a while. Very long evolutionary patch. Space age. This sounds like the pitching, the scaling is really weird on the top note. Not quite sure what that bit's doing up there, it doesn't sound very incongruous against this. But yeah, lots of atmosphere, and you can see there's quite a long sequence going on here. Right, what should we do? Let's have this one. Trance Domination. I have a feeling this might be a bit more. This'll work in your house lights breakdown club scene, won't it? Big, wide, multi-filter pad. What's this next one? Unbearable Tension. This one is called. Very unusual. Okay. USS Ellie Rose 2099. Guessing that's going to be some kind of a. This feels like a. Starburst over the horizon of the planet Earth, coming in through space in a space station of some kind. So these are all very evocative, aren't they? You know, they do sort of bring this kind of sensation of what the picture might look like. It's sort of very filmic in many ways. I did also want to throw, if we go to grabbing the, we just go to this and we then, let's just filter. And let's have a look at some, maybe some orchestral. So we're filtering the list of possible performances by orchestral type. So this is called Contemporary Composer. Using a lot of wave sequences there. Right up into bank C, A, B, C, because we've got D, we've got basically 4 banks of 16 wave sequences, so we could actually have up to 64 slices in that. It's kind of bonkers, really. So let's see what else we've got in here. These are perhaps a bit less useful. Insidious bits. This one's nice. Quite interesting. That top line going in on there. Odd. Ostinato brass. Again, I'm not. That's good old-fashioned orchestral hits. Woodwind Fantasia. We'll hold this because it says that's what we should do. Very pastoral. So let's have a look. So we'll look at maybe some. What about pianos and keys and see what they sound like? Basic velocity switch piano. It's got a little bit of reverse piano in there. Tiny EP electric piano. Some people might want to use this for some more traditional keyboard sound, and it's sort of okay. What's this? This is interesting. This is using wave sequencing with transpositions between fifths and octave. Quite good. Don't know what's that, sort of power ballad piano from the 90s, maybe. Okay, just pop this in as a little insert because in the comments of the main video, people were asking what is the randomize function. This is the little dice number here. Let's press it and see what happens. Right, we can scope the whole performance or lots of different sort of randomizing granularity. Let's just go for the whole thing. Hit enter, press enter to confirm, go, randomizing. So from an init patch, we've now got interesting. Let's try again. Enter. See what this does. And again, enter. So it's a very quick way of getting some different sort of sounds or not sounds. Try again. Enter. You get increasingly kind of bizarre. Randomizes everything, the effects, the whole lot. Other thing you wanted to find out about was the arpeggiator. So I'll switch the arpeggiator on. It's pretty basic. We can get arpeggiator pattern up, down, alt 1 or 2 random, nothing kind of too radical. Enter. Let's go to a couple of octaves. We've got swing, we can sort, we can change the gate length, we can switch latch on and off. Let's do that. And let's now the only thing I will say is if I want to now go and tweak the arpeggiator again, pressing it stops the arpeggiator. Maybe there's a way to get to that, but I couldn't find that, so I have to switch it back on again to get to the page. Let's try swing. So there we have it. That's the arpeggiator as well. So really, that's all I wanted to do, is just sort of play through a few more patches and kind of give it a bit more of a look. I mean, the full review you can see online. It will be published by the time this has turned up, so you'll be able to compare and contrast. But overall, remember, it's got 64 stereo voices. It's got 4 layers of kind of independent synth engine, so it's really useful for sort of multi-timbral stuff. It's about £699 UK, $799 US, which some people think is a lot of money. I'm not sure, because you get a lot for that. I mean, just because it's DSP and code doesn't really mean that there's any less work gone into it. Yeah, the case is kind of light and plasticky, which does maybe make people feel that it has a slight less value. Top panel, I should say, this bit is metal. I don't know if that makes any difference to people, but you know, there's a lot going on here, so I wouldn't rule it out just because of that. And if it's something that, you know, if you're really into exploration and getting deep in an instrument, this is an instrument that will let you get very, very deep. And it's not an analog synth or a VA, you know, it's a kind of, it's a wave sequencing machine, and as such, it's a very different journey. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.